Greetings, everybody. Hello, and welcome to our Thursday afternoon Hip Spotlight Instagram Live. I am your host, Andy. We're here in the Hip Video. It is here that we get to speak to many of our clients who are out there staying strong, living large, fighting the good fight, and carrying the torch for all of you out there. I know most of our viewers are fellow musical creatives, and we've got a great one here. Ladies and gentlemen, say hello to Ian Ward. Hi, Ian.
Hey, Andy. Nice to see you, man. How are you?
I am absolutely better than I deserve because I'm speaking to you. And we've been pals for 3 or 4 months now.
Yeah.
And you have literally strapped rockets on your wagon. You are doing all the things that your less talented, much more lazy competition are not doing. And right there at the top of the hardest working men in showbiz, talk about this grind you've been on. It's been pretty over the top. And of course, we're going to talk about your music and your new songs. We're going to talk about your music videos. And of course, we're going to talk about the big national television exposure. But first, I know what everyone wants to know. How you holding up doing this grind?
Oh my gosh. Well, as I'm sure you know, the indie artist thing is a grind. Like you said, it's a hustle. But for me, it's all I've ever known. It's a part of who I am. You know, it's my heart, it's my passion. So for me, I love waking up every day, and whether it's writing new songs or performing or networking or filming music videos, whatever it is, I'm just happy to be able to do it, you know? I love the industry. I love the performing arts. I love music. So I just feel grateful that I even get to wake up every day and have a project to work on and push things forward. I'm grateful for people like you too in the industry that are so helpful and have amazing businesses and amazing, you know, programs that you guys help indie artists like myself. So it is a grind, like you said, but for me, I'm just taking it day by day and pushing as hard as I can because I want my music to be heard by the world. I want to get my voice out there. So,
well, there's this message. It's actually contained in our latest music video we are championing for you. Is it true we can all do better?
oh, totally, Andy. I mean, I think people resonate with that song and with that music video because we all know that to be true. Like in our hearts, whether it's a small thing like paying attention to your spouse or your brother or your sister and putting your phone down, you know, you can be better with listening to people around you. We can all do better at having empathy and compassion towards each other. You know, we're in a political sphere and in a world problem right now where people are not able to look across the line and respect each other. And I think we can all do better with respect. We can all do better with love and care. And so, yeah, I think the message goes deep. And I mean, each verse kind of speaks to that in the song, You Can Do Better. Like each verse is try to zone in on self-reflection, relationship issues, the world at large, the universe. Like I think there's always a thing that you can push forward. And that's the cool journey about life. The best part of life is that we can keep doing better. If we ever reached a part where we couldn't do better, life would be kind of boring, you know? So
I have some sage wisdom. I checked in. God says he wants you a little bit above when the E-light comes on. He wants you there because if you're up like at 3/4 of a tank, you're not working hard. You know, you kind of start to become complacent. You start to take things for granted. And this is the entertainment industry. So I see you ride now like somewhere between 1/4 of a tank and half a tank. I mean, certainly this grind is paying off. But I know a lot of people are tuning in because it was not that long ago that we saw you, Ian Ward, on national television.
Yeah.
Talk about this.
Man, that was a total whirlwind, Andy. It was a cool experience. I obviously know about American Idol, and I've watched the show as a kid, and I had the opportunity to audition. And so I sent in a tape, and the casting director said, we want to fly you out to LA. You're going to be able to sing in front of the judges. So I go to LA, I prepare my classic rock music, and I go in there and I sing. And, you know, like the show works, you never know if you're going to have any airtime. You never know if you're going to make it forward. I got the golden ticket. So then I'm like, okay, I'm going to Hollywood. I'm moving forward. Next thing I know, I'm packing up more outfits and I'm going to Hollywood. And I got my audition ended up airing on national TV on the first episode, and the outpouring of just support and love and excitement around the audition was so cool. Like for me, just to be able to sing on a national stage and have my hometown get excited and have new fans and new followers come to the social media platforms and join my journey. Like the whole experience has just been really cool, and it shows the power in massive platforms like American Idol, you know, and also just social media in general, being able to put your voice into the ears of everyone in the country or the world, you know. So yeah, it's been a really cool notch on my belt for sure for 2025.
All right, true or false? The steady trickle and, you know, steady flow of people coming to the Ian Ward party online. After that season opener, talk about the crowds outside and how'd you deal with it?
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's interesting because having fans come to you because of American Idol, it sort of becomes the dance of like, how do I capture these fans' attention and show them that I'm more than just a singer on American Idol. I've been doing this for 20 years. I'm a musical theater actor. I'm a singer-songwriter. I'm an entrepreneur. So it's like welcoming these new fans and new followers into my sphere and being like, hey, welcome to my page. This is what I'm all about. This is the kind of stuff I like to do. And starting relationships with new people outside of that one audition that they saw me do on American Idol. You know, it's all about narrative on social media. Like people only know the stories that we tell them, you know, and so I'm trying to kind of capture that lightning in a bottle, so to speak, of American Idol in ways that I can harness long-term fans for my original music and my other projects as well. So.
Mm-hmm. Well, tell us more about the You Can Do Better music video, because certainly the chops you've been able to acquire over the years, they are very helpful. The music video is and will remain and continue to be the cornerstone of your identity. We are going to talk about One Shot too, but you know, you're a guy who grew up with that New York area, city, state of mind, and LA. Talk about it. I mean, it's like such a different world.
Oh yeah. So You Can Do Better. I actually worked with the same music video director as I did on One Shot. And it was really cool because with One Shot, when you watch the video, it's basically an homage to Los Angeles. We go to all these different iconic spots. And the lyrics in the song actually talk about Los Angeles as well. So we were tying it in there to be like, we're storytelling of this story that's told in the song, but we also wanted to have a beautiful backdrop of Los Angeles and show the iconic spots like Griffith Park and Santa Monica Pier and all these amazing spots. When we came to the table to start talking about creative direction for You Can Do Better, the music video director, Simon, he was like, I kind of want to do something the opposite of what we did for One Shot. Like One Shot was broad strokes filmed over a ton of different locations. He's like, let's pare You Can Do Better down to just one location and let's just see if we can tell a story very minimalistically and just to give it a visual and a vibe shift from the previous music video. And I'm really happy with what we came up with. It was a really cool motif and storyline of a young woman who's just scrolling, so to speak, through the TV channel and comes across this guy telling her, hey, come into my world. I'm going to show you how you can do better. I'm going to show you how you can light a fire under your ass and get something going here. So that's kind of what the video sums up, you know. And I think it was there's a lot of fun dancing and vibes to it, but you come away after watching it with a little bit of a cohesive arc and storytelling happening there too. So I was really happy with the way it turned out.
So over all these years, you, my friend, have been involved creativity-wise in a lot of stories, man. Stories. Think of all the work you did younger, you know, all the stories, plays, theater, songs. You've got a real knack for the songcraft. So talk about how being a keen social observer, which you are, plays into all this. And if you're going to give voice to the voiceless, because not to disparage the normies, we love the normies, but they're not creative. So, but they lean on us. They need us. We have to carry the torch for all the inner turmoil they go through.
Yeah.
So, keeps getting better and better as you do it, doesn't it?
Totally. Oh, totally. I mean, yeah, I try to pick up the guitar and write something every day, you know, like, and you never know where inspiration will hit. Like you said, you know, we have to put voices to the voiceless. Like sometimes my stories are very personal. Sometimes the stuff I write about is personal, an experience that I've gone through or that my heart is feeling at that moment or that I'm thinking about. But a lot of times I'll be inspired by something I see just living here in New York City. Like I might see an interaction happening on the sidewalk that sparks something, or overhear someone say something on the subway that I'm like, that's an interesting story. I like, and being in musical theater and having musical theater as my background, I think that I'm keen to notice storylines and pick up on arcs and stuff just from my muscle memory of just doing a lot of different stories, like you said. And so, yeah, I think my pop rock sensibility mixed with my theatrical storytelling vibe is why the music turns out the way it is, with some you know, lyrical flow to it. And I'm not trying to make like bubblegum pop, you know, I'm trying to tell some stories in there too. So
all right, opinions are like back ends. Everybody has one. Of course, now that there's this big spotlight shining down on Ian Ward, how do these people watching stay true to themselves when all of a sudden people are coming from different angles? But remember, Ian, that a lot of these people haven't been in the game more than 3, 5, maybe 6, 7. So, you know, experience is a hard teacher. She gives the test first and then the lessons afterwards.
Yeah.
So, I've been told best way for you to achieve immortality is to share your wisdom. Okay, so what can you share with us? Because you've got a lot of it.
Yeah. You know, I think I'm always learning, like you said. Like you said, it's never fully, I don't think anyone ever fully has it figured out. And if they do, I don't think they're being humble enough. You know, like I think we always have to maintain that open-mindedness and sort of realize that you keep stepping forward and the path builds itself in front of you, you know. And I'm lucky enough to have been given a ton of opportunities, and also I think opportunity comes when you are prepared for them. You know, the universe will continuously give you opportunities, and if you have done the work, in inner work and exterior just practice and putting yourself out there, then you are ready to step through that door. And if you're not, you'll realize that door closes, but another opportunity always comes around. So really it's about persistence, staying true to yourself, not folding too early, not changing who you are to try to like win more opportunities. I think really like the long game in this career is doing the inner work. Like, who am I? What do I want to say? What kind of vibe do I want to put out there? And I'm still figuring that out. I'm 29. I'm almost 30 years old. I'm still figuring that out every day. You know, like I want to be like more like this and less like that. I think that's good for storytellers and for young artists to think about, is just continuously crafting who they want to be and what kind of artist they want to be. You know.
Okay, so what would the 2025 Ian Ward tell the 2015 Ian Ward? If you could do the time capsule and
Oh yeah,
send back that message.
I would say, Ian, write way more songs. Like I would say, like, don't be precious with your songs. Don't think you have the next #1 hit every time. You know, like, finish more songs. Just a lot of times when I was a younger writer, I would start a song and then I'd be like, no, this other one's actually the one I want to put my energy in. And oh no, you know, just kind of dancing from song to song. I would say just put in the work and just finish as many songs as you can every day. That's what I would say to him. And also I would say post more videos and just sing more. Put your voice onto these platforms, onto these scenes more. You know, I think when I was just graduating high school, I kind of was like, Instagram, Facebook, I don't like social media. And I still to this day feel like I have to find a way to live within social media that feels authentic to me, because there are parts of it that I think are destructive to an artist. You know, there's a lot of comparing that can happen, a lot of distraction that social media can bring to a young artist. But I think it is essential to be good at social media and do it in an authentic way. So I would tell, 19-year-old Ian, post more videos of you singing and share your gift, you know? And so that's why I think I'm really ramping it up now. Like when you said I'm on a grind right now, I'm on a hustle, it's because I'm ready, I'm experienced, and I'm also ready as an artist right now to really put in the hustle and the grind that needs to be done to succeed in this industry, you know?
Well, you are very humble.
Thank you.
We're in a world where humility, well, you're 29 now. So you've seen numerous instances of, shall we say, arrogance, hubris. Mm-hmm. Okay, so, but the truth has a certain ring to it. It ain't bragging if you've done it. And I struggle so much because I get feedback on when I post for, my budding sunflower, which is hip. I can't temper my ebullience. I can't do it. I'm sorry. If I don't come across passionately about it, then I'm not being my authentic self. So you always have the people who tell you need to be less loud, less bombastic. You got to dial it back a little. But true or false, Ian, the best thing you can ever be in life is yourself.
Oh yeah, true. And there's enough space for everyone to be themselves. You know, I think a lot of times we get in this society afraid, like, I'm going to fall in line because I don't want to be too much or too big, you know, and that's a part of growing up too. Teenagers are always trying to hide themselves, you know, and I see it. I teach young students how to write songs and get their voice chops up. And like, you just see that younger people are still figuring out who they are. So they're not taking big steps, big risks, big opening things like this is who I am, you know. It's because they don't actually know who they are yet. And so I think I agree with you. Like, being yourself is an art, and it's an important art to master and express, you know. And I think, again, like with hip or with, you know, any entrepreneurial thing, like being an indie artist too, when you're trying to grow your business, or I mean, your business is already super thriving, but it's like you want this business to continue to reach more people. You have to be a little bit confident and sure of that your business or your artistry is good, or else no one else will believe it either, you know. So it's like so there's that balance of humility but also self-assuredness and confidence that I think is an art as well. So
right, you want to as a person on your own personal life journey, you got to stop doubting yourself.
Yeah.
You got to stop it. But you always do need to leave some room
Yep.
for those doubting you. Don't want to have a closed mind.
Yeah.
So,
well, but
so
also doubt. I feel like doubting leads to a lot of good art too, though. You know, like a lot of great songs and theater and film comes from that feeling of I don't know what the heck I'm doing or what the heck anything's about. Like doubting life and doubting exist. Like it's okay to have those feelings, I think, and makes you more confident actually to accept that you're doubting yourself. You know, if you ignore that, that's where real lack of confidence comes from, I feel like, you know.
I have very, very serious issues with self-confidence sometimes, and it's really debilitating. And I struggle, and that's why your songs, I mean, it's true. You never get a second chance to make a first impression. You got one shot.
Yeah. I mean,
Feel blessed you get one shot.
Yeah.
A lot of people get 0 shot.
Yeah.
And your message like you can do better. So many people think that they got it all going on. And have you noticed in your life where when you start to feel that way, that's when everything goes to hell?
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's true. It's true. Swimming. I saw this interview and it was like, I think it was David Bowie actually. David Bowie was like, you should always be swimming a little bit further than where your toes can touch, you know? Like you should be swimming to where you feel a little bit like you're swimming a little further than you are comfortable. You know, if you feel like you're ever too comfortable or you're doing things all correctly and everything's right, then you're not swimming far enough out or pushing yourself hard enough, you know? So that's just the reality of life. Like we all want that life to, I think deep down we all want life to be full of pleasure and full of like comfortability and safety, but it just isn't. Like that's just not the way that life is. Life is supposed to be pushing us and teaching us things. So it's kind of the journey, I guess. Yeah.
All right, words. Are you ready? Because you're there. Multifaceted. Right? How about this one? You ready? Jack of all trades.
Oh, I like
Jack
that one.
of all trades. Because in act, direct, teach, perform, write. I mean, it all begins there. So 29, way more sand in the top of the hourglass than in the bottom. Do you wake up early and ruminate? It's like, all right, I have all of these potential paths because you're at Ian Ward HQ. All right, you have all these different spokes of the wheel you could go. So, where, when, I mean, we know there's some immediate things happening, but do you ever actually ponder what it is? It's like, what is your motivation to inspire people? And because I am multifaceted, jack of all, what do I do now?
Oh, totally. Andy, that's my everyday. I mean, I think I'm right now working on being able to segment my day and my energy and my mind a little bit to be like, okay, for the next 2 hours, I'm going to be the singer-songwriter Ian Ward. I'm going to post what I need to post. I'm going to write a little bit. I'm going to reach out to my producers. I'm going to reach out to Greg, my marketing manager. I'm going to, I segment my day. I teach for a couple hours, and then I have an entertainment business that we're working on doing sponsorships and branding for a venue. So it's like I'm growing an entertainment company, but I'm also auditioning for musical theater things that come my way. So I have an agent that sends me for musical theater auditions. So it's a very segmented sort of mind, but it feels like they all connect to me because it's all who I am and what I do. My dream would be that I could really blend them all together, and like the one avenue that I've come to that feels authentic to me that would blend all of these multifaceted elements would be to produce my own musical musical that I've written the music to, and then I get to actually be in the musical as the lead of my musical that I've written, very like Lin-Manuel Miranda style, but more rock music, more pushing the envelope of the rock sound that's on Broadway right now, because I go to Broadway shows and they say it's rock and it's not rock. It's, you know, so that to me would be I'm acting, I'm writing the songs, I'm writing the script, and getting some collaboration, getting to collaborate with people. I'm getting to produce it with my entertainment company. That would fulfill and check a lot of the boxes of what I'm right now doing in a lot of different things, you know? So that would be a big culminating goal for me.
And wouldn't it be a big hit?
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Give Tax a run for its money.
Yeah, exactly.
And yeah, you got time to do such a thing. And it really does, because it's got to be the kind of story that has a universal resonating kind of vibration. But you've been involved with enough projects that do exactly that I'm sure you'll, and it only has to be the first. I mean, look at Tim Rice and Andrew Lloyd Webber. You know, it's like, you don't have to stop at one.
No. And so Tim Rice is actually, he's a friend. Tim Rice is a friend of mine, actually. I've worked with him on his musical From Here to Eternity. And so he's a mentor to me. I still email with Tim Rice, and I'm doing Jesus Christ Superstar this summer at the Hollywood Bowl. So I get to like still learn from Tim Rice, which I'm super blessed about, to see a writer like him who the same way wanted to make musicals more rock. Like, you talk to Tim and you say, why Jesus Christ Superstar? Why Joseph and the Technicolor Dreamcoat? And he's like, because I was in England hanging around rock stars all day, and I wanted to write lyrics for rock. Tim really started writing lyrics for rock music. And he met Andrew Lloyd Webber, and Andrew's like, I want to make a musical. And Tim was like, okay, yeah, I'll write lyrics for your music. And that's how Tim got pulled into the musical industry. He really was a rock guy, you know, and still kind of is, really. And he's friends with Elton John and all these other rock stars, you know, so it's like the crossover of musical theater and rock to me is very interesting, because I feel like the boundaries have not been pushed far enough in that genre. Just knowing musical theater really well and knowing rock really well, I'm like, there still has yet to be a show where I'm like, that's rock and roll. Like Jesus Christ Superstar, I think, is the one that got the closest to be like, that's rock. Maybe Tommy's The Who too, because it was already kind of a rock album and everything. American Idiot too, but I'm saying like an original story that's rock. Jesus Christ Superstar is probably like the one that got the closest, you know. And that was 50 years ago. That was 55 years ago or something. So like,
55 years ago,
yeah.
my older brother was either at wrestling practice or football practice. I had to be real careful not to mess with the hi-fi system. I go to, and it was 4 sides, so you had to be careful, you know, don't scratch anything. I remember putting on the headphones with the bagel-sized ear coverings, and just the way Jesus Christ Superstar opens up, it is like, it was like nothing I had ever heard. And of course, you know, I'm an accolade at the church, so I have this definite perception of Jesus and who he was. And, you know, it's the church, right? And all of a sudden, this story is being told in the most over-the-top way. And of course, a lot of people thought it was like sheer blasphemy. But it didn't matter, because you were right. You told him this. As a 10-year-old Andy, it rocked.
Yeah.
It rocked.
Yeah. Oh, totally rocks. Totally rocks. And they got Ian Gillan, who's an absolute rock star, to sing on it too. That album it's a rock album. Yes, it's musical theater, but it's a theatrical rock album, just like Bat Out of Hell, just like Tommy, you know, those rock albums. Bowie did it too, where it's like this really over the top rock, like that. I feel like is what's missing in the sphere of music right now. We have some artists that are kind of doing that, and whether it's going to be me or whether you know whoever it is, I think that we're missing that in the sphere of music right now, where it's sort of this like just epic storytelling through rock music, you know.
It's definitely a, if I were a wealthy Upper West Sider, I would totally invest in this. Now, remember, it was early 71, where as an 11-year-old, I would listen to Casey Kasem America Top 40. There were some weeks there where there was not only one, but two different versions on the top 40 of I Don't Know How to Love Him.
Oh, wow.
And an orchestral version of the Jesus Christ Superstar theme song.
Wow.
I mean, half a century ago, God was popular, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's so cool that you are going to set the story to music, and yes, you definitely need to be the star of the show. And I am not surprised that you're looking at these kinds of Herculean undertakings just to see if you can do it.
Thanks. Yeah, thank you. For me, like it's just what you said about being this like fragmented, multifaceted, putting my energy in all these places. Like I think it would be really cool and rewarding to just put them all into one project that, like you said, is universally relevant to everyone, but also really specifically important to me as an artist, you know. And that's the real challenge that musical theater writers face, is finding a topic that feels very relevant to their own personal life story, but also universally important for right now at this time, you know. And I think that's what Hamilton did so well. Like Lin-Manuel Miranda loves Alexander Hamilton's story, and he really relates to it as a Puerto, you know, all the background crossover between them as people. But then also there's so many things he tied into that story that are lessons and themes for America today and for society as a whole. Like it's just that's why it's a hit. And the music also is fantastic. So yeah, it's a Herculean goal, but why not make huge goals, you know? Yeah, you have to break them into small bite-sized pieces to really achieve them, but I don't know, I just feel like you only get one shot, so you might as well go for it.
And as Casey Kasem said after every program, keep your feet on the ground, but keep reaching for the stars.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, it's plug time. Plug time. So everybody watching, Ian Ward, best platform. And you want to go down the rabbit hole, I would probably encourage you to go to the YouTube channel to watch You Can Do Better and One Shot. Certainly, if you were to Google Ian Ward, American Idol, you get to see him do. I was a teenager in the 70s, so if you fan like Foreigner, you know you got an instant fan. But you can see freaking Lionel Richie. He was euphoric, man, and that's Lionel Richie. He ain't no like newbie.
Yeah, that felt amazing to have Lionel do a standing ovation, and like he was really supportive. It was really cool to meet him and hang with him, and he loved the songs I chose and stuff. So yeah, and also the biggest craziest thing was Foreigner gave me a shout out. Foreigner actually posted my cut on their Instagram and on their YouTube, which actually blew my mind because I love Foreigner so much. So that was really, really cool too.
Mm-hmm. It was that magical era. It's almost as if I timed it perfectly. That a newcomer, Boston? What the hell is Boston? Someone names it. Didn't matter. They could have named themselves anything. It was the first Boston record.
Yeah, that was a fantastic fantastic. Their sound was amazing too. Yeah.
Uh, 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 there were so many bands, but the one that blew everyone away was the first Foreigner record.
Oh yeah.
Came out of nowhere. And that's when bands, well, obviously Boston kind of petered out, but Foreigner just followed up with Double Vision. It was even more popular.
Yeah.
I mean, it was crazy. So, did you get to pick the song, or they just spliced the song on you?
No, I picked it. So I came prepared to my first audition. I was gonna sing Bohemian Rhapsody.
Well, now
And
that's a bit more. That you got. That's. I tried that. I've done karaoke once. It, and I picked that song, and that's a bad beast of a song.
Oh, it's total beast. Yeah, and I sing it. I've sung it many times. I have a cover of it on YouTube that went really viral on TikTok and Instagram actually. But I was gonna sing that one because of just the fact that it's a hard song to sing and it's a special song. But then the producers were like, we kind of want you to sing I Want to Know What Love Is instead. And I was like, okay, sure. So because I had both prepared. I came with both of them prepared. I Want to Know What Love Is and Bohemian Rhapsody. And then I also had One Shot, my original. And they were like, we think out of those three, you should do I Want to Know What Love Is. So that's what I did first. But then in Hollywood Week, I sang Bohemian Rhapsody. So
all right, so I didn't want to go there. But you just let the cat out of the bag. I'm going to repeat what you said. Is this okay to do on national internet? International internet?
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
You should.
Oh, yeah, go for it. Go for it.
No contractual.
Open book. Open book.
So, true or false, Ian Ward? You went back for Hollywood Week, Hollywood Ticket Week.
Yep.
And you're back in New York.
Yep.
Okay. And number two, you're telling me that when you went out for Hollywood Week, they let you sing Bohemian Rhapsody. They did.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
So you're saying, true or false, not too distant future, potentially, we're going to get to see Ian Ward on national television singing Queen's Bohemian Rhapsody.
So they're not going to air it. Unfortunately, they're not going to air it. I was really hoping that they would, but they're not going to air it. Yeah, I got cut obviously in Hollywood Week. I'm no longer in the running at American Idol. Like they're in the top. They're in the top 16 now or something like that. I made it to top 50 and then got cut. But yeah, they only choose certain things to show on the show. Like they filmed thousands of hours of auditions and they only show certain things. So the fact that my I Want to Know What Love Is was shown on the first episode was actually really lucky because tons of people that got golden tickets didn't even get their thing showed. So yeah, they're not going to show my Bohemian Rhapsody. It's actually kind of funny too because Benson Boone just did Bohemian Rhapsody actually at Coachella. I don't know if you saw that. I don't know if you saw clips of that.
Is it? Yes, it's got to be.
Yeah.
Online. Okay.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he performed it with Brian May actually.
Yeah.
Brian May came up on stage, first time being on stage in like a long time, and performed Bohemian Rhapsody. So pretty cool.
Life-changing moment, November 23rd, 1977. I mean, when we had heard Killer Queen, we knew there was something up. And then, of course, you go back and you buy 1 and 2, and they blow your mind.
Oh, yeah.
And then Night at the Opera comes out. Still, it's been 50 years. It's still just, but then A Day at the Races. Maybe a little step down, but still brilliant beyond anything else that was, except for maybe ELO. They were brilliant too. And then News of the World. That's when I saw them for the first time. And it's when you had to wait outside the Sears You had to wait outside the Sears because the Sears was where the Ticketron was.
Ah,
And I got like 8th row, center spectrum, Philly, November 23rd, 1977. Never seen entertainment. And the tickets were only $7.50. I mean, come on.
that is crazy.
It
Yeah,
was a
my dad,
beautiful.
my dad has ticket stubs from
Yeah.
Zeppelin and like yeah, same thing, like $5 to see Led Zeppelin. It's just crazy.
Oh, but he is the greatest. He
Yeah.
is the GOAT,
Oh,
that guy.
oh yeah, totally is. Totally is. The GOAT frontman,
Yeah.
of all time. Yeah.
Well, I'm going to go check that out. So, the plugs time. Let's get back to the plugs.
Yeah, the plugs. I released an EP called One Shot. It's streaming everywhere. We've got almost 200,000 streams on the EP. Go listen to that if you're watching and you want to get a taste of some of my original music. I'm really proud of that EP. Go look at the music videos on YouTube. Thanks to Hip, we're getting a lot of traction from blogs and journals, and a lot of great articles have been written up about the music videos. I'm super proud of those as well. So go to my YouTube channel to watch You Can Do Better and One Shot. And also just check out my Instagram and my TikTok. I post a lot of personal videos, sort of day in the life stuff, little snippets of what I'm doing, and I update people on my upcoming performances and everything. So yeah, just be sure to follow along on whatever platform you use because I'm on all of them. So yeah, follow along.
All right. And I heard the advice a little bit later. Maybe the 2015 Ian Ward, maybe you took things a little seriously and you were precious about everything. But tell the viewers, when it comes to the social media stuff, don't be so precious. Just be your freaking self and don't be too precious.
Yeah, I think it's just about consistency. And I think if you're super precious, you won't be consistent because you'll just be way too serious about everything and you'll burn yourself out. Unless you have a budget of like a ton of money that you could have a team really film and edit and do everything for you, you're going to be doing a lot of it yourself. And you don't want to burn yourself out because the algorithm, whatever, I mean, I hate that term, but like the algorithm and all the social media, the way that it works is being consistent makes people take you seriously. And that's not just in social media, that's in life too. Like if you say you want to do something, then you need to do it consistently to really be proving to the world that you are doing that. So I think with social media it's the same way. Like if you're able to post 3 or 4 times a week, you're going to be leaps and bounds ahead of most people that are trying to get their voices and their brand out there to the world. And the only way to stay consistent like that is to not be precious about what you're doing, because no one's going to be able to create that much precious content every single day or every single week. So I think just people like to see unfiltered stuff on TikTok, on social media. They like to see you just, hey guys, it's Ian, blah, 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 blah. Here's what I'm doing. Here's what I'm thinking about doing. Check out this. It's that balance. I think it's like that 80-20 balance of 20% can be promoting and 80% should be letting people know who you are and having fun. If you're doing 100% of promotion and 100% of just like stream this, look at this, do this, it's people slowly fall off. Social media is supposed to be social. I mean, that's the whole reason it was started, was to be social. So I think, and I need to remind myself to that end as well, because as an indie artist, we think of social media as our tool to promote. It's like stream my music video, buy my tickets, buy my merch, do this. But I think you'll burn fans out really quickly on that. Like that's almost better for your email list, I think. And I'm learning this as I go too. But I think social media really should be 80-20, like 80% just lifestyle stuff and 20% marketing yourself. And so it's hard to stick to that, but it's important, I think.
Nope. If people like your music and then they come and see your personality posts and they like you and they enjoy watching you, that's a super fan. That's what you want. You only need 1,000 super fans and you're off to the races. And I have too many clients. We give them the advice and the things they need to do, and they are all talk. They're gonna get, but then they're no walk. And they're like, why isn't anyone taking me seriously? It's like, well, how do you expect people to take you seriously if you aren't leveling up, stepping up, and showing the world via your platforms that you're serious, that you're to be taken seriously? And we struggle as a business. We have to practice what we preach. But yes, we do. And we are as consistent as anyone else. And it doesn't take a lot of extra time or effort. It's just 2 words: banked
Yeah.
content.
Yeah.
It's as easy as that. Banked content.
Yeah.
Come on, guys. It's not that hard.
Yeah.
So, really, you are the person that people can emulate. I encourage everyone to go check out Ian Ward. Please go watch You Can Do Better. And while you're watching that, definitely take a moment to watch the Ian Ward One Shot music video. And there's going to be more coming. Ian, thank you for spending 45 minutes with us on a Thursday afternoon.
Oh, my pleasure. Thanks for having me, Andy. It's nice to chat with you, and I really am appreciative of all the great work that you guys have done for me, and I'm looking forward to working together more. I want to get more amazing videos. I've got tons of content coming, and it's not even content. I don't like to call it content sometimes. Like, music videos to me are more than just content. They're projects of passion and creative direction, and I've got some really exciting ones coming down the pipe. So I know we'll be working together more in the future. And for other artists, be sure to use Hit Video Promo. And Andy, thanks so much, man.
You're welcome, Ian. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday. Thank
Thanks.
you.
You too.
All right.
All right.
Talk soon. Peace.
Bye.